Margaret Brennan is at the White House with a closer look at the nominee for Secretary of State and how his background could reshape American diplomacy. Margaret, good morning.
Good morning. Well, Rex Tillerson will be the first Secretary of State in decades to take the job with no government experience. He is now America's chief diplomat and face to the world. One positive I am hearing, particularly from Arab diplomats like Saudi Arabia and from Russia, is they're very comfortable. They've got good relationships with him. They are hoping, Arab diplomats, that he will push back against Iran's expansion in the Middle East and not tear up that nuclear deal. European allies have also been flying here privately urging the Trump team to keep that agreement and the International Climate Change Accord. Keep in mind, ExxonMobil has recognized that climate change is a real security threat. So will Tillerson break from Trump and keep that deal? One of the biggest questions I've been hearing from American diplomats is just how does Trump want to position the U.S. in the long term? Will Rex Tillerson be a transactional Secretary of State or a strategic one? Meaning, will he simply be cutting deals, or will he be positioning America in the long term for something more that we have yet not heard articulated? So right now, Tillerson, we know, will have to be smoothing out a lot of rough edges left by Trump's tough talk, particularly on trade with Beijing. China's needed to help counter that North Korean nuclear threat. And will Tillerson follow through on striking a deal with Vladimir Putin? The concern among American diplomats is, does that come at the expense of defending American values like human rights if we're going to strike a deal with someone who is a recognized war criminal for actions in Syria and in Ukraine? So a lot of concern there, but some hope that Tillerson really has some deep relationships that could be helpful from day one when he's making those calls to world leaders. Nora?
Really interesting, great reporting. Thank you, Margaret, from the White House.